What do we have in store for you today? The look of fear. Okay. Welcome, Famalam! This is episode number 4 already. We are zooming through this. The weeks are just flying by.
Yeah, they really are.
Really are. Really are. But thank you, returning subscribers, commenters, likers. We love to have you. So thanks for coming. Thanks for watching us.
And also, good news. I only have 11 more Mondays until I'm in year 8.
Oh yes, that is
So,
crazy. It only feels like yesterday you were saying goodbye to year 6.
Yeah.
Mad.
What was that?
Mad. Absolutely crazy. So yeah, year 7 already 11 Mondays away from year 8.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I don't know if that counts like the actual 6 weeks off.
Yeah.
Or like
Well,
stuff like
considering you were told by a teacher that you've got 11 Mondays left, I imagine they've taken all bank holidays, half-term holidays into consideration, and that 11 Mondays is literally 11 school Mondays left.
that. Yeah.
So, pretty crazy, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
You are back on your, with your agency for your
Yes.
acting. We went to Spotlight Studios for the first time.
It was extremely fun.
Yeah, it was really cool, really cool. And funnily enough, we were talking to the casting director while you were in the other room, and she said that it was the first time that we were in the new Spotlight Studios, because it used to be on the other side of Leicester Square in quite an old building. This one, really, really modern, beautiful, small, like the rooms were really small.
Yeah, the rooms were really small, and we had to do this like movement one.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have much room to do it, but it was completely fine.
Yeah, because you were in a big group of people,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah, really modern, beautiful building. And yeah, you got headshots taken. You had a little workshop with your fellow people in your age group who are on the books.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Which is cool. You made a little friend, at
Yeah.
least one, which is lovely.
Well, we sort of made like this little group, but I don't really remember many of their names.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. I thought it was so funny because as the kids came out, the little girl who you were, just made friends with, was she wearing glasses?
I can't remember.
I think she was wearing glasses.
I
Anyway,
just remember her hair was braided.
you both came up to me, and obviously her dad was nearby, and we were both like, "Oh, how was it? Did you have a good time?" And I think the dad was like, "Oh, looks like you've made a friend," and you both smiled at each other, and I was like, "Oh, nice, nice, nice." And then the dad says, "Do you both want to exchange phone numbers?" And you both looked at each other and said, "No."
Wait, what?
Yeah, don't you remember?
No.
Yeah, the dad was like, "Do you want to exchange phone numbers?" And you were both like, "Nah, we're all right."
No, I
Did
didn't.
you mishear?
I didn't hear what he said.
Well, you both answered the same thing, so that's hilarious.
Oh my god. That's actually so rude. Because she probably knew what he said as well.
Oh,
So
so you
mean.
feel upset now. Oops.
In the arms of the angel.
Another day in London.
Yeah.
We've spent a lot of days in London recently, and it's strange. We go from like not going to London for ages to going almost every week.
Yeah.
That was really, really fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
There was like loads of different things going on, like there always is.
Yeah.
There were like old school magicians. I think a Punch and Judy thing was going on as well.
Well, there was a sign, like a really old sign for Punch and Judy, but I think that's been there for years and years and years. I'm not sure what's there now. They do, like you said, they do magic. They also do juggling, acrobatics, daredevil
They do all
things.
sorts.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in Covent Garden, we walked past a lot of black and white photos of little kids working at the market, like 8 years old.
Oh right, yeah.
And that to me, blew my mind. Like, I'm trying to picture little 8-year-old Holly and just being like, right, off you go, off to the factories, off to the market, you've got to go make some money. I would love to get an 8-year-old kid from back then and put them in this time period and be like, how is it?
Because they dealt with like heavy machinery, dangerous machinery.
Yeah.
You know, they wouldn't have had even the beginnings of any health and safety stuff like we do now. So it would have been literally just the bare essentials of teaching and training, and then I think I've seen or been on like school trips and stuff where they've spoken about how kids used to work on like these sewing mills and things, and you know, the amount of accidents and fatalities and stuff just makes you realise how much of a sacrifice parents back then were making to send their children off to work, but I guess they had no choice.
Yeah.
Crazy. And I think Mind Mangler that we saw a few podcasts ago has officially finished at the Apollo, so don't bother getting tickets for that now, but it is moving and is now on tour around the UK. I think their first place is Manchester, so if we have any subscribers or viewers in the area, make sure you check it out because it is a real good laugh. Real good laugh.
Unless you don't like interactive stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of Spotlight and your acting and your casting and everything, I think it was either in the first or second podcast you mentioned about your work with as an extra with Millie Bobby Brown in Enola Holmes 2, and you have brought with you her signature.
Well, this is my whole entire acting book.
Oh, this is what you take with you on set so you don't die of boredom. Yeah.
So basically, I like writing it what we've done in the day, and I'd like to share with you a couple pages from it.
Please
and
do.
Also Millie Bobby Brown's signature.
Nice.
Right. Holly's acting journal.
Nice.
I made this when I was like 8 or something, so if I can't read the handwriting, it's not my fault.
And we can take a picture of that, and our producer can superimpose it on the video.
So you'll probably not see this because it's probably a bit blurry.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put it on the iPhone camera. That's it there.
Like I say, we can have it much clearer on the screen, so don't worry too much.
Okay, let me read from it first.
Yeah.
28th of September 2021. I was 9 at this point.
9 years old, 2021.
Oh my god, it's already so cringy. Okay, this is 9-year-old me speaking, not me now.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you there.
Brilliant.
Oh, that's so cute.
Okay. So let's talk about my acting. So today I had a dress rehearsal, my first one ever, called Enola Holmes 2, with Millie Bobby Brown. I even got her autograph signature. Can't read that.
9-year-old Holly handwriting is like Egyptian hieroglyphics.
Yeah, it really is. I can't read the last sentence, but
It's still adorable.
yeah. Okay. 1st of October 2021. Then I put right here. Spooky. Because
Why
it's
was it
October.
Oh, I see. Right.
Hi again. How are you? Good. If you were. Anyway, back to the acting.
Oh, okay.
I met a girl, Imogen, a 3 gender.
Interesting.
This girl looked just like that,
Wow.
but she was 10, and in Yord 6. None you ever seen. Jam.
We should also mention now that English is not Holly's first language. It's actually Alien.
The horror movie. What?
You didn't do a horror movie.
No, but there's apparently a horror movie called Jam. I think she was in a horror movie called Jam.
Oh, The Friend. Yes. Yeah.
She was in that movie. Bye. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I was supposed to insert a picture here, but I didn't. Right. Hello again. BTW, I'm still 9 today. I have my dress rehearsal at Penhurst. I'm not going to say the address. I think. I am a 50s village. 50s village. So like 1950s.
Oh, 50s villager.
Girl. On a Wednesday. On Wednesday is my first day of filming. Doncaster in special, I think. Bye.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to read
Yeah.
because that's taken up a lot of the podcast.
That was colourful and interesting
Yeah.
as well. Do you know what I love about that, particularly, as well as like having the autograph and the little memories and things, is you've solidified the dates. Because I'm terrible with dates, absolutely the worst. But you've put down the first date that you ever went to a dress rehearsal for your career, which is really, really
Yeah,
cool.
well, I thought, like, oh, it could be, like, my little anniversary of, like, doing acting. Wait, what was the date even?
Well, it was in 2021 and we're in 2024 now, so you've had lots of anniversaries.
28th of September, so we've still got a bit until it's my anniversary.
Nice.
So,
You'll be in
yeah.
year 8 by then?
Crazy.
Wow. Wow. So that's really exciting. That's really cool. Love that. When the parents were at the casting place, the
Oh, yeah, that's what
the main casting director spoke to us and answered any questions that the parents might have. And she did mention that the reason why you've not had much work recently is because for the past sort of 7-12 months was the American writers' strike, and that affected the whole industry. So that's why it's been quiet.
Yeah, American writers
for a
don't
while.
go on strike. Yeah.
Well, it's complicated. They did go on strike for a good reason, actually. Something to do with AI and using images instead of actual actors.
yeah,
I
Elon
think it was-
Musk. Joking, guys. Don't sue me. I have no money to sue from, so...
But it was worth it.
What?
Do you know what I find really interesting about films, or what I
Shoot.
think about earlier and stuff? You know, like the old day, pretty famous actors. You got Charlie Chaplin, Laurel and Hardy, people like that.
Right.
Black and white.
Marilyn Monroe stuff.
Yeah, like not much tech and stuff. With the tech that we have now,
Yeah.
CGI, all this AI, I wonder what they could have created now if
Wow.
they had all of that back in their day.
I
They-
reckon they would have used that technology to do something drastic, like pretend they went to the moon or something.
Yeah, or like they made up a planet or something, and maybe it could be like the sun, and it could be like we actually
Yeah.
travelled to the sun.
But do you think that they would have been as famous now as they were back then? Do you know what I mean?
I think because it was new. Wait, what do you mean?
So like, if Charlie Chaplin was alive now with the technology we have,
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
and made a
Ah!
short film or whatever, would he be as popular now as he was in his time?
No, not that way around, I don't think.
You don't
I think he was
No.
like, well, Marilyn Monroe at least, because if you have CGI, then you could create anything with it. Like with the whole like flowing of the dress up over the vent thing, that's pretty cool because they don't know when the vent air is actually going to come up,
Yeah.
so they don't have any like well, they probably did have fans underneath, but like they'd be quite amazed that like, oh wow, how do they do that? But now you could have a whole tsunami come at you and it would be normal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you don't think they'd be as popular now because
Yeah.
everything would have been done already?
So I think if Charlie Chaplin and Marilyn Monroe would come to our time, I don't think they would be as successful as if they were in their time and our technology went back to their time. I think they would have had a whale of a time with that. That would have been a blast. I think they would have been huger than they were, and there would have been more famous people, celebrities, than there were.
But then that sort of makes me think, if they had our technology, would they have been that popular because it would have been easier for anyone to do it?
True.
Whereas in their time it was sort of, because of the limited technology, you really had to have the ability to draw your audience in.
Yeah, I suppose that the internet has sort of...
Parted it.
Yeah.
Well, I think it depends on who it is, to be honest.
Yeah, as well.
Because, yeah.
Because you got people, like you got musicians or composers like Beethoven, who were incredible at their art, their music, but they weren't popular when they were alive.
Oh, I see.
After they died, that they became popular.
I have this new thing. So, it's a new theory on how, like, you get famous. So, you're either rich, pretty, or dead. It's true, though.
That is true.
Like,
Yeah.
Beethoven, exactly. He's dead now, but he's completely famous. Everyone knows his name,
Yeah.
unless you're newborn.
But he wouldn't have realised his fame at the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I could die, people could think I died in a cool way,
Yeah.
and then people could class me as a celebrity.
Yeah.
I'm just using me as an example, I won't do anything special.
I find it interesting because I sort of think if he were alive when his success hit like the peak, would that have changed him? Would that have changed his style of music? Because you know how they say when people get really famous, it like gets to their head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that have had the same effect for people back then?
I would have thought more so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it would be like it would be so heightened, it would be like a drug. It would be like...
Yeah, because I mean, well, if you were rich back then, you were already pretty, like, full of yourself, selfish,
Yeah.
like, a bit,
Yeah.
you were already thinking,
Big.
yeah, like, you're all that and stuff.
Yeah.
When, like, really you could just be a doctor and you've saved about 2 or 3 people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You treat yourself like royalty back then,
Yeah.
even if you had, like, a couple 100,000 quid.
Yeah. And I sort of think like back then, like nowadays I think people get too selfish, whereas back then I feel like the money that they would have made, they would have put it straight back into their art more than a lot of people would nowadays. Because there wasn't so much that they could...
I don't know.
then.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think people like Marilyn Monroe and stuff, the fame and the money got to them, didn't it? I think in the end.
Yeah. Right now, I think it's time
Oh.
for Holly's Terrible Talent.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, I've got talent.
Okay, go on.
What do I do? Okay. In my wallet,
Yeah.
I have a prediction. Okay, the famous wallet prediction. And here, got a pack of cards. Okay, this is my talent. I had a dream that this moment was going to happen. Okay. And in my dream, I asked you to select a card. Right? I shuffled the cards.
Okay.
And I asked you to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Sure?
Yeah.
100%. Take a look. Don't let me see. Show the cameras. And because I was in a dream, I was able to walk behind you and see what card that you had. Right?
Okay.
Return it. Lost it, right? So I can't see it. Yeah? Do you remember the card? People at home remember the card.
Sort of.
I saw the card. I was behind you in my dream, and I saw that your card was indeed it had shot to the top, by the way, the Ace of Clubs. So I then put that in my what?
No, nothing.
Nothing. Carry on.
No, say.
It wasn't it.
What was it?
I can't.
Ace of Hearts.
No.
Right. Okay. Fear not, people. Do not cut that camera in the wallet. Okay. I told you I had a dream, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In the wallet, my magic fire wallet,
Whoa!
I had one card, okay? The King of Hearts.
Let's see. Oh my god.
It's from another day. But yeah, that's my little talent.
Same.
What can I say?
Okay, I'll do my talent now then.
Beat that.
I'm going to do Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I love your Mickey Mouse impression.
Oh boy. Merry Christmas, everyone.
That is
so
so good.
Literally, I've been doing that since I was like 8.
And I
so
bet on the microphone,
no one can take that away from me.
It's going to be
No
even.
one.
It's going to sound even better.
Can
Yeah.
I say a request?
Okay, well,
Because I know that you're really good. I don't know how many of our viewers have watched Ghosts, but you are really good at Mary.
oh.
Mary from Ghosts.
Okay.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Say a quote and then put the clip on in the
What did she
edit.
say?
5 potatoes.
Yeah.
High. Stack it 5 potatoes high.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can we do this at the end? Because I just need to listen to her speak. That
Get-
will be
get
at
the
the
vibe.
end, guys.
Get
That will
the
be at the
vibe.
end. If you really want to watch it, wait till the end.
Nice.
So,
nice.
yeah.
Really good. I
Right,
love the Mickey
Nina,
Mouse
now
thing.
it's your go.
My talent is that I can crochet.
Crochet.
Do you want me to come and grab it?
Hold on.
Okay. So,
A very circular whale.
this is what she can create. And she hasn't just done this, she's done bananas, she's done bears, she's
Yeah,
done
the banana.
Oh,
whales.
the banana is hilarious.
It is.
And then there's this one.
Whoa.
Oh, flip.
Oh my god. Then there's this one. Oh my god.
Watch out! Ow! I just hit my hand.
His name's Timmy.
Timmy.
This one.
Yep.
This is Timmy.
We've got little
He's
paws.
like a little baby one. Yeah, it's honestly so cute.
Nice. So crochet.
Oh, shush. What used to be your favourite way to annoy Nina?
What used to be my favourite way to annoy
For
Nina.
people who don't know, he's my brother.
Yeah.
I used to call her Small Fry.
Yeah, that used to really get on my nerves.
Yeah.
And what she does to annoy me is say attitude. And I don't
It's
have
so
attitude.
funny saying that to you.
I don't have attitude.
Yeah. So,
Or
calling her Small Fry.
maniac.
Oh yeah.
I called him, yeah.
Maybe our producer could put in a short clip
Yeah.
of that. Yeah, that's the answer.
Okay. 5 questions it has to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1. Right, wait, I did 4. I put up 4 fingers. Did you ever have a favourite teddy?
Did I ever have a favourite teddy?
Or like action figure or anything?
Oh my god. So I had loads of wrestling action figures. As you know, I'm a big wrestling fan. I used to play with them all the time. Used to love Playmobiles. I was never a Lego person, ever. But Playmobil, loved Playmobil.
I didn't like Lego because you had all the little bits that you had to stick on and it just took too long.
Yeah.
And it looked, no offence to anyone who liked Lego, but it just, I know that it's supposed to look fake, but it just looked a bit too fake. With
Well, I
Playmobil, the walls were straight and they were the same colour, but with Lego it's rainbow coloured and it just like really gets on my nerves. 30
years ago, when I was a kid, Lego was huge. And it had been for a long time before I was born as well. And to this day, 2024, it's still just as big, if not bigger.
Yeah, like Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a cuddly toy that you used to have though. Do you remember
Like a
that?
really traditional brown bear. Yeah. And I cut off his bow tie. He had like a red bow tie.
Yeah.
Cut that off. I think he lost half his ear.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But I wasn't like super attached to it anywhere near like what you're attached to your cuddlies.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that corn doll that you had.
Oh, Yeah, the band Korn. They had a little like a voodoo doll thing as their merch, and I had it hanging on my school bag. Like what? That was funny.
God.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. If you could change one thing about this family, what would it be?
Or easy peasy peasy. That was the easiest question.
Go on.
Where we live.
In it, trampoline.
No, honestly, the road outside is like one of the busiest main roads in the UK.
Feels like it is, and actually,
It's
just
always,
over-exaggerating.
no matter what time of day, it's always loud. I think just because where we were living before here was so perfect for your school. Like literally, you
Yeah.
could have walked to school every single day, and it not be an issue. Yeah, that was really cool. We don't have a garden, and that's never bothered me before, but it really bothers you because you really want a trampoline, and I really want to give you a trampoline. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not against trampolines at all. I think it would be a fantastic way for you to exercise, get off the screens, and yeah, they're not really going to break the bank expensive. It's just a one-off payment of like whatever. I think you can get them fairly cheap. It's just the space. There is none. Yeah, so if I could change one thing about this family, it would definitely be where we live.
Okay. Like, I don't even know what question this is. But
4. This is question 4 now.
what was your favourite, and then tying onto your other question, what was your least favourite part about school?
Oh, okay.
Secondary school. I mean.
Secondary school, okay. My favourite part of secondary school was probably, like everyone, seeing my friends. Because back then I was known as the class clown, and I had lots of friends and even more acquaintances who just found me hilarious and would be like, "Hey Rob," as we're walking down the corridor, like I felt famous. So that was nice. What I disliked about school would have to be the boring lessons. Like,
In it.
yeah, for me it's like PE. Didn't like that.
I love PE.
Didn't like that. Look at me. Do you really think I like PE? So, as with most high schools, in year 10 and 11 you take your options, but PE still has to be a mandatory thing. In our school, we got to pick from like a massive list of different sports, and one of the sports that you could choose was bowling. So I obviously went for bowling. It was really popular, and it was really fun. We had an amazing bowling alley in our local town, so it was really easy to get to. And
I remember that bowling alley until
Yeah.
they turned it into a hotel.
yeah, and it was the last period of a Friday, so it was like the perfect end to the week. And we were allowed to just go home from the bowling alley. We didn't have to go back to school and no. We were only supposed to be allowed to do this for one term. Okay, and then we were supposed to change to a different sport like cricket or badminton or whatever. I don't even know what the other choices were. I put down for bowling for the second term, hoping they wouldn't notice, and they didn't. And I got it for the second term, which is hilarious. So I did it all the time. And fun fact, I'm not making this up at all, the teacher who went with us to bowling, his name was Mr. Bowles. Literally. Mr. Bowles took us bowling.
What was... Okay, this last question.
Last question, question
What
5.
was your funniest family memory?
Funniest
or moment?
family memory or moment? Okay. That's a tough one. Okay, right. Here's one that I can randomly remember. We were on holiday in the Isle of Wight.
Love Isle of Wight, guys.
Love it. We were staying in this chalet, nothing crazy, it was probably quite cheap. And it was just a regular morning. This was long before you were even born. I was not even in high school, I don't think, at this time. and it was morning time. Granddad was having a shower.
Grandad is going to be one of our special guests very soon. He has so many stories about his life, so stay tuned for that episode.
Yeah, definitely. So he was in the shower. We were all just chilling, and I think Nanny was making some toast for us, for me and producer Nina. And she had left it, and the toast was burning, and the fire alarm went off.
Oh, and Grandad was in the
With the
shower.
shower. He's in the shower. He hears the fire alarm go off. He comes bursting out the shower with like this little tea towel around. And I don't know what he was expecting to do, because I don't think it was a simple like push to reset. I think it just, the smoke had to leave. So he's wafting the front door of the chalet.
Nan was wafting
Oh,
the front door. He
okay.
was trying to turn off the alarm.
Yeah, something like that. My memory is grey.
As you heard from literally like earlier.
Yeah, but yeah, that's something that I clearly don't remember well, but have been retold in the past, and it's hilarious.
But the funniest bit is when Nan was wafting the door, the towel, like the back of his towel fell down, so his butt was on show,
Oh,
and
man.
anyone could have been walking past.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, I think something hilarious happens all the time with our family.
At
but
least every day.
it's getting it on film and remembering it that's the trick.
Yeah, it's because Grandad always gets his stuff from like his work, and he's not filming when he's at work. That's why I think he needs one of those things and be like, it's for safety, but really it's just for
Definitely.
funny videos.
Now, do I have 5 questions for you?
I made mine up on the spot, so I'm sure you can.
Okay.
It can be the same if you want.
All right. No. I want to try and think something new. Okay. Okay. Right. You're only 12,
Yeah.
and you've moved house a few times.
Yeah.
Which of the houses that you've lived in, many houses, was your favourite?
I'm gonna like rate
And
them.
why?
I'm gonna like rate them out of 10.
No, just which one was your favourite and why? Because we'll be here all day, because you lived in a lot of houses.
Probably. Oh, it's really hard.
That's concerning, because I thought I knew this answer.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
Did it have to be with like the family, or can it be like with just Nan and Grandad and then Nina?
Literally, any house that you
Oxted.
have lived in. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm so sad we moved.
Belmont.
Yeah, that used to be her favourite,
Belmont?
Not that one.
Oh yeah.
but since...
It still
for a
is my
while-
favourite because that is literally my childhood house. But I just didn't spend enough time there.
Yeah,
That's the
same.
thing. Like
What did you like about Oxted?
it was countryside.
It was nice and quiet.
The garden was so cute.
Yeah, it had a nice.
The house was actually decent. It looked like a cute little cottage as well.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah,
definitely.
and
Definitely.
yeah.
That's probably one of my favourites as well.
Yeah, I remember waking up one day and then Grandad, I was like, I'll come out, and then Grandad's like, don't come out. And I'm like, what? He's like, there's a pigeon in the attic. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
like, a what? In the what? And he's like, there's a pigeon in the attic. I was like, okay, I won't come out then.
Brilliant. Yeah.
But I was like 8 at that time, so it was really scary as well because I was like actually scared of like pigeons and stuff.
Good memories.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
memories. Okay, Holly, what is your scariest memory, like ghost themed or spooky?
Oh, ghost
themed?
themed. Oh.
Well, not necessarily ghost themed because you may not have seen a ghost, but like spooky. Like, did I see a ghost? What was that?
Well, this isn't an experience,
Okay.
but it is a story I've heard,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
which I
that'll
could
do.
have been there for,
Yeah.
but I just wasn't.
That's fine.
So, Like this is paranormal, and then I have another one for just like scary in general. So for paranormal, it was probably when I wasn't there for this, when my mum saw a plant move that had never moved. It even when it was windy, like treacherous wind was coming in, it didn't move. But this is the thing with like it moving. First of all, it's never moved before, and second of all, it was a day, the day or the day after I got my cat's ash box to my house.
Yeah, sadly, Milo the cat passed
Yeah.
away, which is very sad. But yeah, so you received his ashes.
Yeah, and then literally like the day or the day after, something like that, that happened.
Yeah, because Mum's got like a little tiny shrine sort of set up for
Yeah.
him. And it was as if a cat had sort of walked on the windowsill and
Yeah,
moved.
or like just gone
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I don't know
Okay,
if that
nice
picked
one.
anything up there.
Cool.
But yeah,
Okay. If you could go back to any time period, what would it be?
any time period.
Any
at all.
time period.
Go back.
And why?
2000s.
2000s?
Yeah, because if I was my age in the 2000s, you got the Justin Bieber era.
Yeah.
Like you got the Justin Bieber, and I don't like Justin Bieber, but I just love to be a little fake fangirl, just like,
Fangirl, yeah.
oh my god, it's Justin Bieber.
That's the thing.
Like
Girls don't
stuff
have
like
anyone
that.
to fangirl over anymore.
Exactly,
Like,
like
One Direction, gone. Justin Bieber, gone. Who
well,
is
it's-
that?
well, they're not gone, but just people don't fangirl over them anymore because they've all grown up. now.
Grown up, yeah.
But also, it's just like the music style as well, like Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, just like
Yeah, okay.
what?
So, the 2000s, and because you would like to fangirl over Justin Bieber. Nice.
Yeah,
Any other reasons?
that's pretty much it.
What's that, question 3?
Roughly, yeah.
Okay,
Do a little question.
here's one for you.
Edit.
Of all the cars in the world, what is your favourite car?
Porsche.
Oh, that's taken me by surprise, I'm afraid.
That's it.
I can't stand Porsches. I thought you loved Range Rovers.
Oh yeah, and Range Rovers.
Remember when we went to Bourton on the Water for like a little weekend away, and there was this really beautiful, sleepy sort of area that had an amazing.
When he says sleepy, it just means like quiet and like
Yeah.
not many people were there. It's like countryside basically.
It had this lakey river running through it.
Yeah.
With a bridge that you walk over, but it also had like a little sort of dip, and this
Yeah.
Range Rover drove through the river.
It wasn't really a bridge. It was more so here's the river, here's the road. It sort of just went down a bit.
Dipped down, yeah. But that was really cool.
Did you get any of that on? Were you filming that?
I wasn't I?
I think you were. If Nina can insert the
Yeah.
video, then she will.
Hopefully, yeah. I'll look for that. I'll
Yeah.
look for
But
that.
if not, sorry guys.
What have you seen? Oh yeah. So question 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5ish.
What have you seen at the theatre? And which one was your favourite?
What have I seen at the theatre?
So we've gone over Mind Mangler quite recently.
Well, I've only really seen 2. But
We did have a little obsession last
a
summer
little
over
Matilda.
Matilda the musical. Yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
guess what?
Tell me.
At my spotlight thing, yeah, I was looking at my friend getting her headshot. She was the girl who said that she didn't want my number. Still not gonna let that go. And yeah, so she was like, just taking her picture, posing, and I was looking on the iPad because I was gonna be next. And then I see our Matilda, her little pictures on there.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know, but she's there. Because she's 10 to 11, so she's the one before us.
Mad.
So, she's in the same agency as me.
Mad.
That's mental.
That is crazy. Okay. Music-wise now, because you're into your music recently. If you could see any musician live, who would it be and why?
Isabella La Rosa.
Isabella La Rosa.
Yeah, you say it better than me. But she is my all-time favourite.
She's quite a new favourite as well. You've
Yeah, I
just
was gonna say,
discovered it.
I've not heard of her.
Literally, like, within the past sort of week and a half.
I will happily play one of her songs. Where's your jukebox gone?
Oh, it's in the hallway.
I was going to play it on that, but no.
We might
Search
get
up.
copyrighted as well.
Oh yeah. But anyway, search up Isabella La Rosa and then listen to her music, because honestly, she will be your top favourite.
Do you have a favourite song of hers that people should listen to? Can you recommend any?
Older, Eyes on Mine, favourite. I mean, eyes don't lie, not eyes on mine. No.
I'm surprised
And
favourite
I'm yours.
isn't your favourite.
No, then that's not in order.
So that's question time over, but if I may ask
Yeah.
an additional question, do you have a favourite film?
Favourite film? Ooh. Let me think.
See, mine changes.
Yeah, around Christmas time, mine was Home Alone.
Absolutely.
I didn't really like one.
Really?
Just
Controversial.
Yeah.
sorry.
You're gonna start a riot. Why?
Just because I don't like first episodes or movies in general, because it's always with getting to know them, and I just want to know them and then just move on, you know. So if I've watched a movie before, I will never watch the first one again,
Wow.
just because I know who they are, I know what happened in it. So
Do you want to know a funny story?
what?
You know how much of a Ghostbusters fan I am?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up on the Ghostbusters 2 movie. I never saw Ghostbusters 1 until I was like 30.
Exactly, like you can live, no controversy here, but you can live off the second episode. You don't have to
Yeah,
get to know them, because you
yeah.
get the gist of it even when you're in the second
And
episode.
sometimes it's better, like you say, because you're not being explained to all the nitty gritty.
Exactly, 'cause it's
you can
like-
just dive in and enjoy.
Yeah, because they're like, this is Bob. Bob says hi, you know, like, no, I don't like him.
I've got 2 questions.
Oh, go
Oh, the
on.
producer has questions.
Question number 1. So you mentioned that you saw Matilda live on stage. They also, last year I think it was, made a film version.
They did.
A
Yeah.
second, I know that they had like the original film. So actually, yeah, out of all 3, the first film, the live show, and then the new film, do you have a favourite out of the 3?
Well, me going on about the first films and how I don't like them. I love the first Matilda. Just because, then again, with the first one, yeah, it's the first one, but usually with the second movie,
Well, it's not really a second movie, is it? It's a remake.
Yeah.
So it's not a
still,
sequel.
it's different people. It's against the rules. You've got to have the same people.
That would
Like,
be a
have
sequel.
Matilda as the mum or Miss Honey or something.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved the stage show.
Yeah,
we did
the
see it
stage
like
show.
5 times.
6.
6 times last summer.
That
Yeah.
Miss Trunchbull.
Was incredible.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So
on my
good.
list of Trunchbulls.
So
It was amazing.
Wait, which Miss Trunchbull?
The one I saw when I was.
Oh my god, I have a video with him.
yeah,
Oh my god.
I
yeah.
can send that over.
I'll send
Yeah.
that over.
definitely.
But you can hear me go 1, 2, 3. You can hear me count them in, and I just sound like a little like chipmunk.
Aww.
Directing and yeah, that's hilarious.
I really like the new remake that they did of it.
Oh god, yeah, so do I. But just the stage show, I just
stage
prefer
show.
live. Yeah.
What was the song they did on the swings?
When I grow up.
Yes. Oh my god. When I saw that,
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Do you remember the first time we saw that? We were in like the second row, and they were going over us.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
If anyone hasn't seen Matilda live,
Go.
they have to
Now.
see it.
Book your tickets now. They've
Why the-
been there for 10 years, so it's not like they're going anywhere, but still, book your tickets now.
By the way, Elliot Harper is the name of
Yes.
the transport. Just
Yeah, so
whilst I remembered something. Ding
Yay!
ding ding ding.
Wow.
So, if you do see the name Elliot Harper in anything, he's probably going to be really good.
Yeah, so he's obviously left Matilda now,
Yeah.
moved on to other things.
Well, our cast in general has moved on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the main reason why we don't see it anymore.
Yeah, but it's still good. Still good.
This
Yeah.
actually, it's not the second question I was going to ask, but the girl that played Matilda in the remake, was that the same one that we saw?
No.
It wasn't.
No, so the Matilda in the remake movie is a lovely Irish girl who is actually in the cinemas now playing Abigail. If anyone's seen the trailer to Abigail, it's absolutely not suitable for
Wait.
children.
Is that the one that we like?
So I'm talking about the Matilda from the newest film.
Oh.
Yeah, not.
I
from
say
the-
she's like actually so famous. Like,
Yeah.
I don't
in-
know how she got so famous though. I think it was Matilda that got her to like proper fame.
Yeah, yeah. There's a little, very short video on Instagram of her actually getting the phone call from the casting director saying, "You are going to be playing Matilda in the new remake of Matilda," and she's like, "Oh my god!"
And my second question
Oh yeah.
is mainly for Bob. You
Oh,
may
no.
hate me for asking this.
Oh no.
How's your keto diet going?
The keto diet. Okay, very good question. It's not going. I'm full of holes, yet I can hold water. What am I?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Obvious?
Yeah.
What then?
A sponge.
It is in fact a sponge. A sponge
Full of holes.
is full of holes and it does
Yeah.
hold water. What word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? That's this week's Rob's Ridiculous Riddle Roundup.
Can you say it one more time?
Yes, I can, producer. What word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it?
Horse. Ha, ha, ha. Horse. Oh, laughing horse.
Oars. Oh, laughing oars.
I would like to say that.
We need your help, Neen. Exactly. What is today's riddle?
I've forgotten. Our producer has it. So, last week's riddle went something like this. I'm full of... What was it?
I'm full of... Well, this is awkward. Don't include that.